Hey guys, it's Wilson.
And I'm Kelly, and we are on the Mewve.
And we're coming to you from a new location today. We have left Cody, Wyoming, and we have traveled into Montana. We went through Yellowstone National Park, and we traveled through the east entrance, and we came out the west entrance, West Yellowstone, and we were trying to find somewhere to boondock, and so we ended up running across a couple of campgrounds. We checked a few were pretty full, and we finally settled on this location that we're at right now, which is called Gold Butte Campground if you look on Google Maps. But if you look it up on the Forest Service website, it says
Riverview Campground.
Yeah, Riverview Campground. And we're actually camped just above the Madison River. It is elevation of 6,000 feet here. Beautiful location. You are dry camping, but they do have vault toilets, and there are water spigots available, so you can fill up your portable containers or whatever you might need. We filled our tank before we got here because we knew we'd be here for a couple of days hanging out in this area. The Madison River is directly below us, as I said, and you can literally leave this campground and be fishing within 10 minutes just below us. So great fishing, great views, awesome cell service as well. There's a tower sitting directly in front of us, and it looks like a tree. They've tried to, I guess, camouflage it, but if you are working and you need cell service or you need to use your data, right here is an excellent place. We've been able to download some music and stream a few things on our phones with no problems at all. So I would definitely recommend this campground. There is one bad thing about it: mosquitoes. They're everywhere as we're doing this. Okay, they are actually swarming us, and we have a lot of DEET on, so bring DEET.
And make sure you have plenty of bug spray, for sure.
Yeah. So it's time for a little fun. What are y'all up to? Bubbles.
Letting the wind blow the bubbles.
Bubbles are always fun, aren't they? I'm gonna get on this side to see you guys doing the bubbles, because they are going all over the place.
Now the wind's not doing
There they go. Bubbles are cool.
it. Don't matter how old you are. It's still fun.
It doesn't, does it? They're still fun.
No, I want to get on my stick. No, I don't have any shoes on. I need shoes. You have to stay probably below us, like flag.
Well, we want to show you some preparation for how you get ready to go on a big trip, RV trip, camping trip, whatever. How to be prepared, things that you might need along the way, and just necessary items when you're out camping for a long time. So one of the things I did before we left on our trip was I actually put an onboard compressor, air compressor, and tank on the truck, and that was a nice added feature. We actually had a couple of tire issues along the way, and and we also needed to just check air pressure, and this was great. And if I wanted to lower the air pressure in my truck once we're done towing, we could do so. Nice little digital gauge, quick connects, a little 50-foot hose with a quick connect, and on the back of my truck I've got a quick connect hooked up to my air tank, which is really easy to use. I always recommend having some kind of small toolkit with you, just for handy purposes. You never know what you might need it for. I keep this one under the back seat in the truck, and then in the truck I keep a lot bigger tools. I keep a whole tool set in here. I bought an impact wrench. This right here came in very handy on our trip this summer. It makes it a whole lot easier to change any tires. I had to change, I think, 3 tires while we were gone. We had a brake issue, had a flat spot, and we ended up having a couple of rims crack on us while we were out. And I'm not quite sure what the issue is with that. It seems manufacturer related to me, but this right here made it a whole lot easier to change things out. I carry a torque wrench. I know a lot of people don't worry too much about the torque on their lug nuts, but I do, and this torque wrench comes in handy. Harbor Freight, you know, and not very expensive, but it gets me back to the torque that I need. I also carry, if I can reach it back here, I'm gonna have to get in the truck. I carry bottle jack. That bottle jack comes in handy for jacking up the trailer. Don't really want to use that with the truck. I guess you could if you built it up enough, but it definitely helps out. So what else do we have in here? Got a cooler. I keep 2 extra propane tanks. We were gone for almost 7 weeks on this trip, so extra propane is really good. This one we use with our Blackstone grill, and I just leave my hose hooked up. This one, extra propane, we can use it for a fire pit or whatever else we want to do along the way. We have our generator. Generator came in handy while we were out. It keeps our batteries charged, and if we wanted to run a few appliances, we could run some appliances while we were out and about. Toolbox. You know, some people carry tools, some people do not carry tools when they go out camping. I really advise you have a good toolbox full of tools. I've got pretty much everything I need in here to fix any big issue. And that right there is worth its weight in gold to me. As we're out traveling, I don't have to be as reliant on other people, and I can be self-reliant, help us move on faster. Alright, so what else do we carry with us besides our toolbox and generator and some other things that we've already talked about? Water cans. These are pretty cheap online, and they're pretty indestructible. These, about 20 bucks each. We carried 5 of the water jugs with us. We, you know, boondocked quite a bit, but I tell you, we actually didn't need them. We were out, I think our longest stint boondocking was 5 days, and with 2 young kids, that's about the extent that we do. Other people are more adventurous maybe than we are, but we carried these if they were necessary, just in case. We ended up not using them because we did so well with our water usage over the time, and since we were traveling out west, it wasn't as hot as it is in some locales, so you know, the shower thing, we were able to kind of get around some of that. Sailor showers, and baby wipes are great. You can get quite a few baths out of baby wipes, and if you're not sweating a whole lot, it's not a big deal. But these are great to have with you, easy to pack in the truck. Stack them nice and easy. You get them in there. I can get 3 high, and then the other 2 next to them, and they really don't take up as much room as you think. Gas, pretty important. Number 1 in the truck. I have a gas engine, and so I like to have extra gas with me as we're traveling. We get about 225 miles out of a tank, got a 34-gallon tank, before I need to be looking for a gas station pretty quick. And my co-navigator who's holding the camera, is that your job?
Yes.
Yeah, she likes to look on next exit and
I
exit. I'm sorry, and check to see what's on the next exit. But sometimes you never know if you need gas. Not more importantly, secondary to our getting there in the truck, these are nice to have for your generator. We have 4 gas cans that we carried with us. That gives us 20 gallons of gas. You know, that gives us the ability to go somewhere, not have to worry about coming back out, because you don't have to run the generator all the time. And our Predator 3500 will run sometimes up to 10 to 12 hours.
If it's not pulling a lot, we found that it was pretty good.
Yeah, if you don't run the air conditioner the whole time, then you're going to get a good, and I think it holds about 2 gallons, maybe 2.2 gallons of gas in a full Predator tank, and you're just going to get pretty good fuel mileage out of it. If you run your air all night long, probably going to get 7 to 8 hours, I think, is what I've calculated out of ours. One other handy tool, this right here. Simple device, has been around for a long time. This makes it real easy to transfer your fluids. No spilling, none of the mess, you just squeeze. You know, even the kids can handle tasks like this. We teach them how to refuel, how to do things so they can be more independent. But this is cheap, about 12 bucks on Amazon. They're easy to get. You can get the battery powered ones. I decided not to. It's one more thing you got to deal with batteries. And this right here always works until it tears.
We had the water one too.
Yes, we do have one for water as well. We don't take this one and stick into our water jugs. Don't do that. We keep our water one under the sink, and you know, that way it's sanitary. It's somewhere that's clean and taken care of. This one I keep in the back of the truck. That way we don't get them mixed up with water. This one's red. Our water one's blue. Color coded for the kids. Color coded so we don't make a mistake either. But those are some of the tools we carry with us, and supplies, and I think these are just kind of essentials if you carry with. If you're going camping for any long period of time or a long distance. Last thing that I had up here, I keep a 4x4 wood block. You never know when you might need a chock, where you might need something to lift from, and I keep a bottle jack and 2 spare tires. Now we have a travel trailer, so I can get 2 spare tires in the front of the truck easily. And we had to use a spare tire a couple of times with our tire incidents along the way. And I just think it's worthwhile to have 2. You just never know. We had some rim incidents. Some of it might have been my fault. Some of it might have been something else that happened. I don't know, but we had a couple of rims that got a leak in them. They evidently cracked the seals. So it's real important, especially when you're 40, 50 miles from the nearest place that can come help you. I can change the tire pretty quick, you know, and with the right tools you can do that. And we're going to show you some more of that in another video.